Welcome back to Ways with Words lesson, The House of My Childhood, a poem by Dilip Chitre. Hope you have gone through the introduction to Dilip Chitre, which I have shared with you yesterday. Let us start the poem with the first stanza. The poem is having three stanzas, and I will read out the first stanza and the explanation after that. The house of my childhood stood empty on a grey hill, all its furniture gone, except my grandmother's grindstone and the brass figurines of her gods. The explanation is like this: all good poetry creates images within your mind, just like shots in a movie. Here, just close your eyes and project the images in your mind as you listen to these lines. Now you can see a house, the house where poet spent his childhood on top of a hill which is grey in color. The house is now remaining empty. Why the hill is grey? Probably the image poet creates is not a colorful one. It is not as colorful as it was during his childhood. The color grey will set our mood. If it had been green, the image in your mind would have been colorful. But it is grey. Gone are the colorful days of childhood. Today, the house remains empty. All the furniture is taken away except the grandmother's grindstone and her small statues of gods made of brass. This is grandmother's grindstone, which is a familiar thing for you, I hope. Now, coming to stanza second. After the death of all birds, bird cries still fill the mind. After the city's erasure, a blur still peoples the air. In the colorless crack that comes before morning, in a place where nobody can sing, words distribute their silence among the intricately clustered glyphs. Even after the death of the birds, the cries of the birds can be still heard. The glorious childhood is over, but it seems that its effects are still remaining. Poet compares it to that of the sounds of the birds remaining even after their death. By death, he implies that the childhood is gone forever. By bringing the sound of birds, the hullabaloo of childhood is implied. A city is erased, but a void, a gap, or blur still fills the air, an image similar to the previous one. Even though a city is completely removed, something of it fills its place, something still remains. The word people is here used as a verb. Peoples means fill like a crowd. In the colorless crack of the morning, silence remains. No songs are heard now. The words are no longer producing sounds. They remain silent. The silence is hard and strong like a complicated sculptured symbol. It is hard, it cannot be moved. Intricate means complicated. Clustered, similar things placed together. Here, sculptured symbols. Glyphs, sculptured symbol. This is the image of a glyph. Poet means that in a place where once a lot of sounds of happiness was there, now strong silence remains. A silence as strong as sculptured symbols on stone which cannot be moved at all. Coming to stanza 3. My grandmother's voice shivers on a bare branch. I toddle around the empty house. Spring and summer are both gone, leaving an elderly infant to explore the rooms of age. The poet feels that his grandmother's voice can still be heard as a shiver upon a branch of a tree. The tree, which was once green, is now dry. Its branches are bare. Grandmother is probably dead and gone now. Death and withering are everywhere. He feels his grandmother's voice is still remaining in the tree, which is dead too. The poet is now toddling, that is, walking like a child with unsteady steps through the empty house. In his childhood, he toddled like a baby. Now, in his old age, too, he toddles because of his age. Spring and summer gone. The childhood and youth of the poet is gone. The poet is now in his old age. Now he is an elderly infant, an infant in old age. He is now exploring the rooms of age, the rooms which he walked as a child. It has aged now. So that's poem. Just go through it, then watch this explanation once again. I'm stopping here. Thank you.